Hi guys, AzureAce here and welcome back to the Heart Headlines, where today I have another theory type video. As you can see in the title, I'm going to be predicting who the other two members of the new 5 union leaders are. So far we have Ephemera, Skald and Ventus all confirmed to be new union leaders. What unions they are the leaders of, we don't know yet. We know that we have Ursus, Unicornus, Vulpius, which I'm not sure if Ava will be taking up the role in that again. We also have Leopardus and we have Angius as well. So I'm not sure what unions are going to take up the roles on. But we have 2 more members to be confirmed for these unions. And we actually have a little bit of news regarding this. Now, there was a very recent interview with Tetsuya Nomura. In fact, it was actually today as of the recording of this video, and he said quite a few things that piqued my interest. He was asked by Famitsu about Union Key. On the first day, we were surprised when you came on between performances and blessed us with your talk. During the trailer that played, the hall went pretty wild when Ventus came on screen. Now I'm pretty sure they're talking about the Union Cross or the Union Key, however you like to say it, trailer that was posted a few days ago and is the sort of renaming of Unchained Key going into the 2nd season, and I guess you could say the 2nd story arc of Kingdom Hearts Key. So we have a little bit from Nomura here. Well, the first day is special. It was perfect timing with the announcement planned at an event overseas, so I decided to have it debut at the concert that was happening a few hours earlier. Of the 5 new union leaders, the remaining 2 will be revealed from April on. I've finished writing the story for the 4th and I'm about to start on stuff for the 5th, so please look forward to it. So it's very interesting that starting next month we're going to start getting even more stuff on Union Key, and we're going to be starting to see the new leaders, the 2 more that were in that Unchained Key art that we got way back when it showed Ephemera, Skald and Ventus, as well as 2 sort of like kind of sketched outlines of different characters, and we didn't know if they were going to be, you know, new characters or they were just there as kind of like placeholders just to be there in the background while it's showing off Ventus, Ephemera and Skald. But it seems like they're going to be new guys, so I'm wondering maybe they're all going to converge in the Keyblade Graveyard. I'm wondering if maybe the Master of Masters or Ava will talk to them. I'm not sure about that, but this video, as you can see, I'm going to be predicting who the other 2 members could be. I have 3 prime candidates right here who I think could be new leaders for the unions. So the first I'm going to talk about is one of probably the most unlikely, and that is none other than Sora himself. Yes, Sora. That's a very interesting choice. There's no way it's going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen. It really is not going to happen. But I think Sora does have the opportunity because he seems to be like, it's weird, he seems to be even more important than what we all originally thought he would be. I mean, obviously, he is the main character of Kingdom Hearts, you know, as opposed to my video saying that Riku is the main character. That was just a more sort of hypothetical video. I was kind of surprised as to people getting angry about that, but I digress. I think that Sora could be a bit more interesting than we originally thought. So we know that Sora was a kid on Destiny Islands and he found Ventus's floating heart while going to his new physical newborn body. But we don't know if that is really where Sora started off. It's likely, you know, where he started off, which is why I'm saying he is the most unlikely candidate for this. But it could be possible saying he has the importance. And, you know, people like Riku, he already has the power of waking, so I don't see why Sora is still as important as he is, like Master Yen said. But since I feel that's a little bit unlikely, I'm just going to move on to the next candidate who I think is the most likely to be one of the members of the new union leaders. And that is Master Xehanort. Is the guy who I think is going to be one of these union leaders. Now, there's a very complicated process to my thinking here, but let's just go in through it step by step. So first, I want to talk about something that will set a little bit of foundation behind this theory that Master Xehanort is one of these union leaders, and that is something that is said by the Master of Masters during the new Union Key cutscenes. So I've got the script here. This is one of the scenes that was from Keyback cover. It's the Case of Ava scene. when we see Ava getting given her role by the Master of Masters, but it's extended so that there's more to the story. So let's talk about Ava and the Master of Masters conversation past the key back cover segment. So what happens here is Ava says, "Union leaders?" The Master of Masters replies, "Yeah, when you've only got the Dandelions left, I've chosen 5 who can maintain the unions." Ava replies, "Is it necessary to maintain them?" The Master replies, "Why yes it is. If the unions weren't necessary, I would have no reason to have you 5 in the first place, right? Also, even if everything is annihilated, it's to be kept a secret from everyone but the 5 union leaders." Ava replies, "Huh?" The Master replies, "You won't need memories of tragedy in the coming era. I want you to go on to a completely separate realm and experience for yourselves an age of no tragedy." Ava replies, "Is that even possible?" The Master replies, "Yeah, it will be, don't sweat it. First, these 5. Then he hands Ava a little slip of paper which has the 5 new union leaders on it. "Add the 5 written here to the Dandelions, and when the time comes, appoint them leaders." Ava replies, "Why is this child circled in red?" Now this is a very interesting part that serves as the foundation of this theory. The Master replies, "Well, someday I want that kid to be the one to inherit the Tome of Prophecy, or the Book of Prophecies. The tome is shaping the next world after this world in many ways. Without that, you won't get the experience that I mentioned." Ava replies, "But isn't it dangerous?" The Master replies, "Yeah, it'll be dangerous if everyone but Little Red Circle there sees it. So make sure you only give it to them and in secret." So it's very interesting that this child is circled in red. Why is he circled in red, or why is she circled in red? We don't know if it's a he or a she. Why do they have to be the only ones to see the Book of Prophecies? Well guys, that's where Master Xehanort comes in. You guys should already know about the Gazing Eye, or the Eye of Darkness as it is sometimes called. The Eye of Darkness is the eye that is on Master Xehanort's Keyblade, or the Master of Masters Keyblade is what it originally was, and the Master of Masters himself said that that eye is his eye, so he sees everything that comes through that eye. Now the reason why I think it could be Master Xehanort that is one of these union leaders is that the Master of Masters has seen Master Xehanort's, his triumphs, his successes in the Kingdom Hearts timeline leading from Birth by Sleep up to Dream Drop Distance, and he's thought, right, this guy has the potential to fulfill my will, so I want him to have the Book of Prophecies to make sure my will is carried out successfully. So he told Ava, this little guy here, this guy called Xehanort, he is circled, I want you to give him the Book of Prophecies. And that is why Xehanort, in Dream Drop Distance, in Birth by Sleep, in Kingdom Hearts 1, all of his separate selves are always seeming to be like 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of Sora and the gang at all times. He was able to plant Ansem in Destiny Islands to try and get Riku to be a darkness. He was able to somehow hijack the Mark of Mastery exam in Dream Drop Distance. I don't know how he was able to do that. That was stupidly insane foresight for him to sort of predict that to happen on that set day. So it's just how does he know this? Because in Union Key, he becomes a Dandelion and he becomes a Union leader and is given a Book of Prophecies by none other than Ava herself on the will of the Master of Masters. But I can see you guys, you're thinking, then why is Xehanort so old and frail when he finds Ventus, one of the Dandelions? Well, this is where it starts to get a little confusing because I'm doing something that Kingdom Hearts failed to do successfully. I'm going to explain time travel in the sense of this theory. Oh boy, this is going to be a difficult one. Strap yourselves in for this one. So, we know that as per the legends told by different people such as Kyrie's grandmother, Mickey, Yensid, people like that, we know that the hearts of children is what took in the light and survived to create the worlds we know today, these scattered worlds that were once all one and part of Kingdom Hearts. What could have happened to those worlds, what I believe could have happened, is that the light within the hearts of the 5 Union leaders, Ephemera, Skald, Ventus, Xehanort, and another one person could have been scattered throughout the world. So, you know, let's just say if Amara got scattered to Radiant Garden, Xehanort got scattered to the Land of Departure, Skull got scattered to Agrabah, let's just say that, right? And Ventus got scattered to Destiny Islands. However, it's not just the worlds they got scattered to, it's not just space they got scattered through, it's time they got scattered through. This is what kind of puts my theory on edge. What if Xehanort was scattered through to the point in time where he met young Eraqus, and by extension, his master, Lushu? Lushu then realizes that he somehow knows this face before. He knows that he is one of the past Dandelions from Union Cross. So he takes him in, he makes him his apprentice, he then passes down the Master of Masters Keyblade, he passes down the box, he realizes that Xehanort has a book of prophecies in his possession, and it could be possible that Lushu was told even more things about the other, foretellers, including Ava's plan to make the Dandelions. And then because Xehanort got scattered to that time, that means Ventus was scattered to the time of birth by sleep, meaning that Xehanort had a bunch of time to age and grow up by the time we got to birth by sleep. That is where he finds Ventus, one of his past friends from the Dandelions, and that is why he is trying to make the Keyblade through Ventus, because he knows that Ventus, as a past Dandelion and a past Union leader, will have probably been given the knowledge about the Keyblade War, and Kingdom Hearts by Master Ava. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with these new leaders. But that is all for Xehanort. I believe it's very interesting and very possible that he could be one of these leaders, because he sort of fits into this slot like a glove, man. It's just, he's such a perfect candidate. However, I have one more candidate I would like to talk about, and he sort of fits the similar criteria that I've set for Xehanort, and that is Master Eraqus. However, he is definitely not anywhere near as strong a choice as Xehanort, because obviously he didn't meet Ventus on Destiny Islands. Xehanort met Ventus on Destiny Islands. However, Ventus being brought to the Land of Departure is what could have sort of set this in motion, because Master Eraqus could have seen, oh my god, it's Ventus, he was a Dandelion, he's my friend. And then we go through the whole spiel of time travel, young Eraqus being sent to the time with young Xehanort to be apprentices of Lushu, with Lushu giving the Master of Masters Keyblade to Master Xehanort. However, he could have given an entirely separate role to Master Eraqus. He could have given him the role of stopping Xehanort, thus stopping the Master of Masters' will, because we don't know much about Lushu. We always thought Lushu to be this sort of really kind of absent-minded, really kind of cold character from Key when he was talking with Ava. However, we saw a completely different side to him in back cover. He seemed very worried for the foretellers, he seemed very worried for his friends, he seemed very worried about the consequences of what could have happened after the Keyblade War. However, we don't know if he's inherently bad. We don't know if he agrees with the Master of Masters' will. We don't know if he wants to, stop the Master of Masters' will. For all we know, he could be on the side of the lights after all this time, which would be a very interesting plot twist. I would absolutely love to see that happen. But young Eraqus basically follows the same principles as young Xehanort, so I'm going to leave that there and leave that for you guys to think of what you will with that theory. But that is all for this theory video and sort of news video about the Famitsu interview with Nomura. Both links will be in the description for the translations as well as the Famitsu interview, both on KH Insider. But if you guys like this video, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. What do you think of this theory? Do you agree with it? Do you think any of these candidates are good for the task? Do you think anyone else would be good for the task that I have not mentioned? Please share this amongst your friends. I've been AzureAce and thank you for coming to the video.
You have arrived. I'm here to tell you that if you don't subscribe to AzureAce for Dragon Ball, Kingdom Hearts, and Pokemon TCG content, you will wander forever in the darkness of your heart.